We in the bear market now? Should we be panicked? US stock has dropped so much. What should we do right now? Should we sell everything or should we start to buy more now? Welcome to ymchannel. This channel is about trading strategy and money mindset to help you make more and learn more. Click like, subscribe, share with your friend. Now we look at S&P 500. This is daily chart. Let's say you don't have any indicator, but you can still do something very easily. You can use a ruler or this one, okay? So we find the lowest point and we try to find minimum 3 point to line up together. More point they touch, they are stronger of the trend line. So this is the upward trend, right? Above this black area. And when we drop below, it means the upward trend has finished. For example, when we do a trend line like this, for example, here, it means the end of the bull market. And now here is the end of the bull market. They did try to go up, to go above it, but they failed. Okay. So what happened is if you don't have any indicator, you can use this single easy method to find where is the end of the bull market and the bear market. For example, you can line up two lines like here to here, down, up as a resistance, and down again, they go up, and then they come back down as a support, they go up again. So it's the same thing. It's just a reverse things for the upper trend. So when they drop below, they come up, and since we are below this line, this is a resistance. So back to our point, where are we now? What should we do now? So if we do, and how to prevent this kind of drop, can we sell earlier here? Okay, so right now, if you check the YM club long, this is my indicator. When we buy, when do we buy? We buy when they change the direction here, all right? The blue line to tell you this is upward trend or downward trend. So for example, here, when the downward trend, you mean this is a bear market. When it's upward trend, this is the bull market. And we are tilting downward. This means this is the beginning of the bull market, of the bear market. Okay, this is the beginning. So this is something we need to be very careful. But it doesn't mean every single stock they drop. Okay, so this is the good thing I want to tell you. And don't be panicked because they will go rebounds. Something I want you to see is how to sell at the top. You can use the weekly chart. Basically, weekly chart to tell you what is going on. From this line, basically you see here, YM big buy. YM big buy telling you since they go up above June 30th, basically the stock going up, but the big volume trader, they're selling. So how come they still go up? Because they switching the ownership of the stock from the big holder to the small holder, which is individual. Okay, but something I want to show you in the end of the video, something is crazy. This coming drop is planned. It's not something you think they are. Okay, so another thing I want to show you YM chip entry. YM chip entry is the green chips to tell you this is where institution buying, and nothing so far. Okay, it means the value is not low enough. Okay, but something I want you to check is if we look at this, institution buying here, and they go up, they drop it. How come they're selling here? Have you think about that? Let's say you don't have my indicator, you can still see it from the volume little bit. When they have the institution coming, especially at the bottom here, they have a very high volume trade because institutions buying. Say here, high volume trade, institution buying. So right now, do we have high volume trade? No. What does it mean? It means this buying is much bigger than the selling. Okay, so what does it mean? It means they are flushing out the individual by this big drop. When they drop, people become panic. What do they do when they panic? They start to sell. This is what happened. Although it doesn't look very big drop for the weekly chart, But in the reality, some stock drop by 5%, 8%, even 10%. If we look at this indicator called fear and greed. So basically, people are in the extreme fear right now. So we should do opposite as what the majority do. When people greedy, we need to be careful. We need to buy less, even sell. When we are in the fear, when people in the fear, is the best time to buy. Does it make sense? So, but this is a mentality thing. This is a mental thing. Not so easy to overcome such mental state. When keep telling you, all the news telling you, hey, we are at the peak, we are at the peak, and people will start to sell. Okay? So another thing, if we look at this chart, I want to show you something very crazy. So if we look at, for example, this period, and right now, we will find something quite similar. I'm not saying we are going up like this, but I want to tell you something is quite crazy. It's very similar to this period. So the first thing, both of them, they have weekly chart YM chip entry, both like this. Second, we both drop down, drop down. Not now, this is back to March, but I want to show you what is going on in this area, in this area, or even this area, actually. So right now, we have the YM big buy going downward. YM big buy going down to show you big volume trader that's selling. Okay, number one. Number two, if we look at if we click this YM Club Super Long, this video is quite complicated. I want you to follow closely. So when they go up, when the stock go above free line, so the stock go above free line. So first, check, same. Second, the same thing happened here. The big buy, they dropping. Okay, the other check. And then we go above free line. We go above free line, correct? Same. Stock continue go up. And stock go back to these two lines. Did we happen to have the same thing? We go back to the same line. Okay? And this two line is quite important for history as a support for weekly chart. So by history, this one, they come down to touch and they go up again, they go down again, they go up. Basically, this one is like a W shape. So let me enlarge it to show you what is going on. So this area right now is a W shape. Okay, this is a weekly chart. So I want to show you how long does it last for. This one lasts for 9 bars, which is 9 week. 9 week of this down, up to form a W shape and then go up again. And right now, so far, we are how many week? 3 week. Okay? So if this is the case, if we follow the pattern and at the same time, what happened? What is the factor to make it to go up again? Do you remember? What is the factor? The factor is the money come in, right? The money, the big volume or YM chip entry. So what happened in this W factor? The money has to come up. The money has to come up and to make this red line, the YM club fast to go upward. Because the YM club fast in weekly chart, it can tell you right away the trend. Remember, money change the trend. So money go first. The money have to change upward first. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So far, money is still going downward because they want to rush the individual out. They want the individual to sell the stock. So what happened in our history? If we look at this part, the W shape here, I need to mark it down here for you to understand. Right now, we are still here. Okay, we are in the third week. So we are still going downward. What happened to change is they start to change the direction of the money here. Okay, so right now it's not yet there because we haven't complete the washout situation. So I can tell you, I can show you later. Some stock they selling crazily, but some stock they start to have buying the YM chip entry for the daily chart, even for the weekly chart. Okay, so this is critical. It means the money is switching from the super hot setup, super high overbought, overbought stock, for example, Nvidia, they are changing to other stock, still in the hot sector, but less people talk about that. Okay? So every single time it's the same thing. When people don't talk about that, you pay attention to those stocks. When everyone talk about that, even a cleaning lady talk about the video, run. Okay? Because they will start to have a correction. I know the company is fantastic, but every single stock, they will have the correction time, and we try to avoid it. Okay? So, okay, so now we understand this has a W form. So we could have a W form as well. One thing, so you mean now we are in the November of 2025. In 2026, our trading strategy, you need to be very careful because the market would be very, very fluctuating. So I want to show you. Some people have a very they told me how they buy, and I start to worry. Some trick I want to show you. You need to for 226, you need to avoid this technique. From the textbook, some people they buy when the stock go above they break through the previous peak. Okay? For example, here. Okay, they break through the previous peak and they buy. Okay? They break through the previous peak, they buy. And here, they break through, and then they buy. Pull back, and then they break through the previous peak, go higher, and then they buy. Continue this process. Okay, this is a textbook strategy. This is fine, but this only good for the bull market, not for the fluctuating market. What happened now? It's a fluctuating market. For example, if you buy when they break through the previous peak here, okay, after today, they come down. They go lower than the previous peak. What do? You sell, you cut loss. What do? So every time if you do like this, for example, the same thing happen like here, right? They go above, you buy, and then the next day they start to drop. They go again. What do? You sell here. Where do you buy? So it's the same thing happening. So here is the same thing. They go this one, this candle, they go above the previous peak. You buy. Okay, after 6 days, they have a big candle come down. What do? You cut loss. So this is not for this market. What is the difference from this market to this market? So I want to show you something. This one is the bull market. So the bull market, you can use this method, no problem. So you buy when they go above the previous peak, all right? You buy here, no problem. They come down, but they won't come so low. They won't come back down to the low point here. So this is quite a bull market. But here, this is fluctuating market. The different fluctuating bull market, I can tell you. It's very big range. So they come back down. They come back down. It's not even the previous peak, but they come back down to very low, for example, like here. So people lost money very easily if they don't have a correct indicator. So this is something. So for fluctuating market, okay, if the best is buy low, sell high. Okay. For the bull market, suppose you buy when they change the trend. Okay. But you buy here and then you add your position every single time with different kind of indicator. This is two different strategy. So of course here, It's fine with my strategy also. We buy when they change the trend from downward trend to upward trend. For example, I'll show you again. You choose blue one or purple one, okay? The blue one is the regular trend line. The red one is very fast. The red one is for the short-term trader. For example, you buy here, you sell here, okay? But here right now is a rebalance. Right now is a rebalance. If we're waiting for rebalance, right? Because the blue is still going downward. When it's going downward, it means the market is still going downward trend. We expecting a rebalance, not the come up. Okay, we need more confirmation for the start of the bull run because we need the blue line to change the direction. Is it clear? So this is something very easy. We can manage to do it. And so this is the update for S&P 500. Don't be panicked because right now everyone is panicked. We don't need to be panicked. So right now we just need to wait for the rebounds, okay? And then we change our focus from the super hot stock, okay, for the overvalued stock to the hot setter, but no one talk about that. Okay, so this is the update today for S&P 500, and I see you next video for Tesla. And click like, subscribe, share with your friend if you have learned something today. See you, bye.